Hi everybody. So I'll admit I've tried to record this video quite a few times. It's hard to know how to start something like this. And I've honestly kind of toyed with not doing it. But the thing is that I need to make some changes with my art, what I'm doing, how I'm going forward. I was looking at kind of making some changes last year in the winter. I was talking about it, I was kind of gearing everybody up for it, and then I got into a local handmade shop. You know, they feature a lot of handmade artists, and of course you guys have seen some of my vlogs and stuff where I've been working in there. So I go there once a month. You know, they get a certain commission of my work that they sell, and I get the rest of it. And anyways, they sent me an email last year, like November, like, we need stuff, you're accepted, you're in here. And it had been several months since I'd put in my application. I hadn't heard anything. I wasn't sure whether or not they were going to accept me, and so I kind of just moved on and was like, okay, we're going to do this. And then that's when they sent me the email saying that I'd been accepted, that they wanted me in the shop and stuff. So it kind of was a mad dash, and has been kind of a balancing act to like try to make sure I've got online stuff, try to make sure I've got stuff for their shop, you know, and then I had, you know, the hard drive thing and lost a bunch of work, writing work, business work. Yeah, it's been a lot. And so I've been quiet lately on here because of that, and because I've been just thinking about what I want to do going forward. I am going to be pivoting. I am going to be changing what I'm doing on my channel, my YouTube channel, my Instagram's kind of already started changing. I've changed my Patreon, and that's okay, you know. I understand that not everybody's going to want to keep following me, because they probably want to follow for the how-to videos and the pottery and just want to learn things about pottery. I get that. However, there are tons of videos on YouTube for how to do these various things, and blogs and all this. Just, that's the awesome thing about the internet, is there's so much information out there for learning pottery. And I've discovered in trying to do the teaching and stuff the last 2 years, I don't enjoy teaching online. I just thrive on the people interactions, the picking up on what they might be struggling with, giving them little suggestions, knowing whether or not I'm overwhelming them with too much information. It's really hard to know how to do that online, because when you're teaching it in person and stuff, you can kind of see people's eyes glaze over, and they're like, and you know their brain's not absorbing any more information, and you know to stop, right? It's really hard to know how short to make the videos, how long to make the videos, how much information to include in the videos, because I've been doing pottery for like 10 plus years. So I know so much, and it's really hard to gauge how much to give people, because some people will just keep absorbing, and they can just watch information after information, you know, and then other people, it's like, I'm good at the how to throw, you know, and I need to practice that for a while before I try something else. And you know, because everybody's different, and it makes it really hard to do it online. I have this YouTube channel where I was teaching and kind of showing my process and stuff, and I had my Patreon kind of geared towards that, and you know, and I enjoyed it, but I felt like it's just hard. Like, you know, the most fun I've ever had teaching pottery is when I do the Ren Fair and I bring out my kick wheel. I'm sitting there kicking this wheel as fast as I can to try to center and pull walls and show people and kids and stuff how it works, right? And you just see their eyes light up, and you see them asking questions, and it's so much more immersive and connecting, and I know what to say and not to say, and I can kind of judge based off of how they're taking it, what to do and not to do, you know? Or, you know, it's really funny because a lot of times when I have all the kids watching me, they're excited about me cutting the piece in half. They're like, yeah, do it. We want to see what it looks like inside, you know. But when I ask the adults, they're like, no, don't do that. Please don't cut it in half, you know. And it kind of stresses them out. It's just things like that, you know, just things that you don't. It's hard to know any of that or pick up on any of that when you're teaching online. And I found that I don't like it. I don't like teaching online. It's not for me. I definitely prefer in-person workshops, demos, things like that. That's where I really enjoyed doing the teaching part of pottery. And I actually do have a video that I will either put here or link down below or both places, whatever I figure out with the tech stuff. You can definitely check out this video that I'm talking about, where I talk about finding your artist voice, finding the artistic way that you present, that you create, and how that changes, and how you have to pivot, and how it won't be the same from year to year to year. It just doesn't. Just like seasons change, just like we change, your art will change too. And what you're inspired by and what you want to do will change as well. And so saying that, I'm actually going to be moving from doing solely pottery videos and teaching it and all that to doing more vlog style, and I am going to be including my writing. So I've actually been working on writing a novel. It took a little bit of a backseat when I lost the majority of all of the drafts I've done when my hard drive died. So I have since learned, have it multiple places, and I have it multiple places now. But I want to do that. I want to write. I want to have my pottery, because if you've been with me for a while, I tend to do collections and stuff based off of stories, favorite fairy tales, epics, things like that, things that inspired me, stories that I love. I make pottery based off of that. And honestly, it is kind of just a natural progression for me to make pottery from my own stories and novels and things that I want to tell, and what I really want to do for that is to have a pottery collection launch right when my book is launching, so people could buy the mugs that go with the books. And I don't know, it's just, I feel like, I mean, it's true, it could just crash and burn. Nobody could want my stories, they just want all of their favorite stories. I mean, I get it, like, you like what you like, right? But for me, I have to at least try to do this, and I'll admit there's a little bit of imposter syndrome there. Like, I am pretty confident in my abilities as a potter and my mugs and stuff, and I don't really get it with that. But going from that to writing, which I'm not as experienced in, and I haven't been, well, I've been writing a lot, but I haven't had like a novel published or anything like that. Like, I have written since I was little, but as far as like putting it all together and actually creating a novel, I've never done that. So there is a little bit of imposter syndrome there. It's like, well, you're a potter, Andrea. You're not a writer, like, why are you doing this? Pottery. You don't need to write something too. But that's the thing. That's why I should do it, right? Is because, of the imposter syndrome. It's like, I've got to prove it wrong. Like, I can do this. I can write a book. I can do pottery. I can put them together. I mean, honestly, how many people read books while they're drinking their favorite coffee or their tea or, and stuff? Like, it's not unheard of. It's like a natural progression, I feel like, of my work and where I want it to go. And so this is probably a very long-winded way of explaining that this channel is mostly probably going to be me doing vlogs and just lifestyle stuff and things like that have to do with me being a potter, yes, but I will also plan on including a lot of my writing and things like that in it too. So I will be talking about my word updates, like how many words I've gotten, or struggles that I have with my writing, or the plot and things I'm working on. I plan on also talking about my pottery and the new collections I have out and stuff like that too. And that's just what it's going to be for me. And I know it'll confuse the heck out of the YouTube algorithm, and I probably won't get any more subscribers. And people will be like, what are you? I mean, it's hard because, they stick you in this vein, and that's where you're supposed to stay, and that's what you're supposed to do. And there just really isn't a lot for media artists, you know, multi-material artists, artists who have more than one passion that they like to put together, you know, and it makes you feel like you have to be in this lane. You're not allowed to go that one. You gotta be in this one, you know. This is where all your experience is. Why do you need a different lane, you know? And so, but the thing is that I wouldn't be doing what I want to do as an artist. I wouldn't be fulfilling the passion and the creativity and stuff that I'm having for this, you know, for these projects and for wanting to like put them together, just to stay in the lane, you know. And I mean, here's the thing. I mean, would it be that bad if we could change things so that artists could do what they wanted to, you know? They could have multiple things that they're interested in, multiple art forms they want to make money from, multiple creative outlets that they have, you know? And yeah, and I really don't think that would be a bad thing. Do I think that I've got the ability to do it myself? Probably not. But maybe doing this and doing these vlogs and showing my other interests, my Dungeons and Dragons, my writing, my, you know, fantasy loving stuff, along with the pottery, it might inspire somebody else to be more comfortable and okay with being what they need to be as an artist, you know? I'm sure I'll get people unsubscribing. I'm sure I'll get comments about how I just need to figure out what I'm doing and that I'm not allowed to change, or people be upset that this is what I'm doing from now on. But, you know, it is what I'm doing. And you know what? I might try it for a year and decide that I hate it and then change again. And that's okay. Like I said, you're allowed to change. You're allowed, your interests, your passions, your artist voice is allowed to change. You're allowed to pivot. You know, and this is just for me where I think I need to go going forward for now, you know. And so yeah, so that's kind of what this channel is going to be going forward. You're going to see a little bit of writing, you're going to see a little bit of pottery, you're going to, you know, kind of a little bit of everything. Yeah, I mean, I've toyed with starting another channel and trying to do that, but I just don't have the time or the bandwidth to be able to run 2 channels. So this channel is going to be it. And I don't have a ton of followers or anything, so I don't think it's going to be a big deal. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. And like I said, I did already change my Patreon, so if you're curious, take a look, probably down below. I kind of changed the tiers. I made it more fantasy themed. It's who I am. And so, you know, I've got like a tea dragon tier. I've got a, you know, bookworm like dragon worm tier, and things like that. And so I'm doing like a book club every month. I'm, you know, doing tea recipes. I've got a Discord server where everybody can hang out. And I'm gonna kind of just make it a cozy place for people who are interested in the fantasy and the cozy vibes and yeah, you know, kind of just like you're living in the Hobbit hole, you know, like there's a little bit of whimsy, there's also really cozy tea. Yeah, I hope you stay, but if you don't, I totally understand. And I figured I just owed you guys a little sit down chat to kind of explain where I'm going and why I'm going there. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video, and it might look a little different. Bye.